Welcome, everyone. My name is Marta. I'm professor in Universidade of Beira Interior in Textile Technology Department in course of fashion design, and I'm professor also in the course of Sustainable Fashion Product Technology. It's a new course in University of Beira Interior. Okay. My presentation, sorry, I don't have. My presentation is development skills in sustainable fashion design products. The authors of these studies are Marta Bicho, Madalena Pereira, Teresa Raquel Barata, Ana Santiago, Sandra Ferreira, and Rui Miguel. Okay, all researchers know the need to meet the sustainable goals, and universities and education are increasingly important to accelerate the achievement of these objectives. The United Nations has recognized education for sustainable development as a fundamental initiative to achieve the sustainable development goals. The report of GreenComp, the European Sustainability Competence, established a set of competencies related to sustainability to guide educational programs, helping students acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes that encourage ways of thinking, planning, and executing. Universities play a crucial role in addressing the new challenge of earning for sustainability to drive necessary and decisive change that accelerate sustainable development along the desirable path. The fashion industry face a significant environmental challenge. Accounts for 10% of global carbon emissions, and its dyeing process contribute to 20% of global water pollution. Waste management is another critical issue. Around 85% of textiles end up in landfills, and only 1% is recycled into new clothing. So design is very important in this process. Design accounts for 18% of product costs, including its environmental footprint. So adopting responsible design strategies can significantly reduce environmental impact. Sustainable fashion education emerged not just a choice, but an imperative to prepare the industry for significant change. The fashion designers can play a determining role in the business model, and to do so, we need to have knowledge. It is necessary to train professionals who can re-evaluate the traditional practices of the fashion industry and adopting a sustainable practice. This process allows students to reconsider their ways of thinking, planning, and executing, considering the principles of sustainability. Universities must be committed and aligned with the sustainability commitments. So it is important that teachers encourage students to adopt sustainable practices in different curricular needs. The objective of this research is to answer the question of which practice should be used in teaching and learning to motivate its students in the development of sustainable fashion in the context of learning by doing methodology. This investigation is motivated by the new demands of sustainability, which requires the formation of profiles that value ethical and environmental practice. So, the methodology used in the study is project-based learning methodology, and the objective is encourage critical thinking and problem solving and research skills crucial for addressing industry needs. In this study, the different stage use it. In the first time, in the first phase, sorry, we make a diagnostic questionnaire to assess students' engagement with the sustainability issues. After a brainstorming of the opinions generated, in the next phase, project presentation, the next planning and research, after a development and testing through the materialization, then after a materialization of the final product, and at the end, students' presentation and a reflection. In the first brainstorming carried out with students resulting from the diagnostic questionnaire, it was clear that the students understand what sustainable design means. But in class discussion, it was clear that there is a little motivation for think about sustainable solutions in the product ideation. When presenting the projects, the students were challenged to develop a product based on one or more sustainable practices. We can see in the slide some sustainable practices used in these studies, like upcycling and recycling, local and ethical production, sustainable materials, circular fashion, and zero waste. So, in this slide, you can see the projects, the sustainable practices selected by the students, and the materials, and the contribution for sustainable development goals. The students at the end justify and debated the validation of the projects in several dimensions: sustainability, aesthetic quality, choice of materials and fabrics, production process and techniques, as well as solution for disposal at the end of their useful life. In the sustainability dimension, students analyze how their choice of materials and process manage it to minimize the environmental impact. So this project allowed the designer to reflect of his selection in product and the application of sustainability criteria, in addition to improve with commitment, automation, and ability to respond to new sustainability challenges. These methodologies helped students adopt a more integrated and a conscious approach to reinforcing the importance of sustainability at all stage of design process. I can see in this study the motivation over the weeks. There is an increasing motivation of the students. At the end of the project, a questionnaire was given to the students, and to analyze the difficulties experienced by the students, the degree of commitment to sustainability and effectiveness of using the project-based methodology. For these questions, the following results are obtained. The first question is what here the main challenge in developing a sustainable fashion products, and most students respond that framing sustainability with personal aesthetics that main in challenge in implementing the projects. We make two questions more. How often do you consider using sustainability practice in your professional life? And 66% students assume that they would use always sustainability practice. And finally, the last question, do you consider that the problem-based methodology use is important and is motivating focus on it focus on sustainability allows students to be trained to develop skills identified by industry such as problem solving, critical thinking, research, and the success of the methodology is evident because every student answered yes. Sorry. After carrying out this study, we found that there's still a certain resistance of future designs to adopt a sustainable practice in their creativity and production process. However, in this study, we found that throughout that academy semester, there is an increase in student motivation, and in the end, everyone expressed interest in using sustainable practices in future, proving that there is a commitment of the part of students to sustainability when they are encouraged in this sense. In this study, we noted that one of the challenges faced by students is the difficulty in selecting sustainable materials, the need to reformulate fashion design teaching to better practice of sustainable materials. This could include incorporation more experimental practice in the curriculum, assessing the wider range of sustainable materials, and creating an educational culture that values and integrates sustainability as an essential part of design. Instilling new educational approach, methods, and tools to train a new generation of more conscious design, it is necessary to accelerate the implementation of sustainability and the circular economy in textile sector. The results of this study are aligned with the key questions of recent literature, which suggests the use of pedagogical practices such as active learning and transformative learning, situated as student-centered, design project-based, and effective in developing skills. On the other hand, the development of sustainable fashion and the practices encouraged in this study are in line with the goals of Sustainable Development Goals. Achieving these goals is a vital step towards ensuring a viable future for future generations.